Made it to the Lyons Creek Trailhead. There are half a dozen cars here. The park is closed. There's no camping at Wright's Lake right now. So that ought to keep the population down here. Nice conditions up here. It's a lot warmer than yesterday. Day before yesterday when I was up at Lover's Leap. It's warmer, it's more humid, but it's cloudy right now. Just a very thin haze, and I'll take it. Doesn't look like it's going to last forever, but what the hell? Oh my god, huge raven just landed right above me. Interesting. What's up, dude? I'd get a picture, but there's a bunch of branches in between me and him. So it's it's before 1:30. I just had a banana. Ought to be on the road in just a moment, putting on my gaiters. Let's see here. I have 5 miles to go. It's about 1:30. Got 1,000 feet to climb, 1,300 feet. So let's see. I'm hoping to arrive at Lake Sylvia Lake, whatever it's called, by 5:30. I'm hoping to be there by 5:30. That sounds pretty late, but it's not dark until 8 o'clock these days, so whatever gets me up the hill. Okay, I think that's good. Whatever gets me up the hill in decent condition, it's all right with me. See the weather. Not much to see. Anyway, I'm going to finishing up and let's get going. Well, I'm on the move. It's really nice hiking here. The trail is dirt and it's recently rained upon, so it's soft. Big huge puddle up ahead. The sun is trying to come out from behind a wispy little cloud, which I'm not in favor of personally. I like this slight overcast here. Just spotted these pretty little flowers here. The creek is raging not far away. I just passed over a small creek heading into Lyons Creek that wasn't here last time I was here. Boy, it's nice out here. The sun has yet to break through all the way. It keeps trying, but it just can't get that more than 80%. It's about 50% now. Here's a view of the creek. And it's running nice. Running nice. A lot of white water in there. So I imagine a normal May, it would be twice as high. And through the trees, you barely get the first glimpses of the mountains. So you can see some snow-covered ridges there. Not very easily. But they're there. Trust me. We'll see more of that soon, so I'm not going to worry about that now. Met a nice fellow. Told me that there was a couple of backpackers ahead of me. They could just be mountain climbers. Just going up to the top of Pyramid Peak. They could also be going to Lyons Lake. Who knows? But the good news is that he said that he started in the morning. It's now close to 2, and he hasn't seen a mosquito all day long. He went up to Sylvia Lake, stayed there for 15 minutes. No skeeters. That is nice. One day I'm going to have to look into camping on the creek here. It looks pretty nice. Isn't that lovely? Nice, big, flat rock there. I'd like to have that as my own. Okay, gotta concentrate on walking. Just took a little break, had to get some food. I was getting a little hungry. And I'm trying to pace myself. The trail is so nice that it's tempting to just want to charge ahead. The gradient is really gentle. I haven't even gotten winded yet, and I'm trying to do a 3 mile an hour pace, which is fast for an old guy. on this first trip in high altitude. Coming from 100 feet elevation just a little while ago. There's an ant crawling on me. Excuse me, okay. Just passed some day hikers, so I guess I'm doing pretty well. They're my age or older, so it's not a big deal. I'm past the logging area, and I'm in an area with some old growth here. Check it out. There's a big sucker. That big guy in the middle there, well, behind the broken ones. Look at that sucker. It goes all the way up. And for comparison's sake, well, damn, I don't have a very wide angle here. For comparison's sake, there's only one other tree that compares, and it's over there, and it's bigger. This sucker, all broken at the top, looks older and more beat up, but it's about a big monster. Okay, I'm stalling. I'm just coming up with excuses for not wanting to work. Weather is being extremely cooperative. Sun is still not showing all the way through, and the breeze is just kicked up. 6 miles an hour. Just enough to cool things down. Alright, I'm going to have to get heated again, get going again. This trail gets a little steeper, a little steeper, a little steeper as you go. It just gets steeper and steeper and steeper. So I'm climbing a little steeper now. Almost halfway there. Second part's going to be harder than the first part, of course, but I have many hours of daylight left. I will have no problem getting there by dark. The only thing I have to worry about is fighting those two other guys for a campsite. Shouldn't be a problem. And fighting mosquitoes from the right to my blood. So far, I haven't seen any yet. So we're being hopeful on that count. Well, greetings from downtown Lyon. Right over here is the junction, the Bloodsucker Lake Junction, Bloodsucker Trail Lake Junction. And according to old maps, right here, on this lovely site, there was a little village called Lyon. And I was up here last September just trying to find a quick, easy place to hike in and camp for the night. And I got up here, went down to the creek, and the creeks, you can hear it from here, it's not far away, along the Bloodsucker Lake Trail. It was all kinds of artifacts. There was a bucket like you see on a rail line, you know, for that miners used. A couple other scraps of iron. And I was wondering what that stuff was doing there. I had forgotten that this was the site of Lyon. But it is. And I told myself I was going to look for more indications of habitation next time I came up here, and I see nothing. Suppose if I walked around up there a bit, I might find a foundation of some kind or something. But I see nothing down here whatsoever. If I find something, I will stop and note it. I told you I would check in with any signs of habitation. That rock wall over there, that appears to be part of an old dam. Over that area, can't really see it very well. There was a rock wall going along the Bloodsucker, what's it called? Bloodsucker Lake Trail. There was an odd stone wall, huge stone wall. That's a lot more than any backpackers would do. That was my first hint that this used to be a settlement, because that is a permanent wall. It's going to be there a long time. So there's probably some more signs of habitation up here. The trail is clearly getting steeper, so once again I stopped. I have to get going. First good glimpse of Pyramid Peak. That means I'm getting there. In case you're wondering, I'm using a pole as a tripod, monopod. Sure is nice. Trail's been wet all the way. But I haven't had any serious negotiations to deal with. Got Gore-Tex boots. Hasn't gotten above the Gore-Tex. I'm doing fine. I just have to keep going. It's a cool, colorful moth convention. Check these guys out. Convention's over. Well, I just took a break. A real break. A planned break. To eat a bunch of food, drink a bunch of water, take the pack off, cool off a bit. But I'm doing fine. Back is all sweaty. Forgot to bring the proper shirt and just ended up using what I got. So far that's the only thing I forgot, which is not bad. Switched out my water bottles, so I'm on halfway through my water now. And by my estimations, I am more than halfway there. So all good. If I run out of water, the creek's right over there. If all else fails, I have to tear my pack apart, pull out my filter, and make myself some water. But I don't like carrying more than I have to. And I don't often drink much water when I'm hiking. I always end up with an extra liter. And who wants to carry an extra 2 pounds if you don't have to? Conditions are still ideal. Still just perfect. The entire sky is hazy now, but don't see anything that looks like solid clouds. I can see a contrail through the haze, so it's not that bad. Occasional breeze, but the air is generally still. The little device says it's 76 degrees sitting in the shade on this cool rock here. It was saying 70 a little while ago. It's about 3:30, so I should be able to arrive by 5:30 as planned. I swatted something that looked an awful lot like a mosquito. I'm seeing some things that look an awful lot like mosquitoes here. But I do not have a clear bite, and I haven't heard that bzzz. So maybe they're not mosquitoes. Let's be optimistic here. Okay, signing off for the moment. I'm going to drink a little more water, cool off a little bit more, and put the pack on and keep on going. High above the creek now. I found this very nice spot here. Very large flat area. Could be a really nice late season campsite. Really late season. It's on the map. It's the nearest approach to the creek at this point. And I think I'm at about 7,300 feet. Getting a little hotter out here. The cloud cover is getting a little thinner. It's not full on sun yet, but it's getting there. The trail is once again very wet, but very flat. So I'm trying to do 3 miles an hour here. I think I'm going to maintain my pace. Well, this is nice. Here is a real live meadow. Whole bunch of water coming out of it, right onto the trail. And as you can see, comes onto the trail and goes down the trail. Not the best trail maintenance here, but there is no place for this water to go right now. I believe that they took care of it just a little ways beyond the view here. Not so bad. I just got off of I did the Lover's Leap Trail day before yesterday, and it had been meticulously maintained just recently, and it was very obvious. This has not been maintained very recently, and it is also very obvious. So I'm going around this gigantic fallen tree. Not the first one I've had to go around. This is not a high priority trail. It doesn't go anywhere. In fact, this is one of the few lake trails I haven't been on in Desolation because it doesn't go anywhere. But now that I'm older and 5-mile trails that dead end to a lovely lake, that's good enough for me now. I'm gonna be camped at the base of Pyramid Peak tonight, and tomorrow I'll be happy to go home. Well, here's something every Desolation hiker likes to see. You'd like to see it a little sooner, but I am now about to enter Desolation Wilderness for real. And now my permit actually means something. Yes, another break. The trail's getting cooler. You can see it's getting shadier. But I'm getting hotter because I had my hat on. I had my long sleeve shirt draping over my shoulders. I thought that would, protect me from the sun and while keeping me cool, but it really just made me hotter. Drying out a little bit. I'm ahead of schedule. My very lax schedule. I gave myself a lot of time to cover this ground. And I'm learning that this gradual uphill, it really is gradual. You can barely tell most of the way. Has no ill effects on my body. Unlike the real strenuous uphill, where you're pulling your weight up and your backpack up with you with every step. Feel the thighs burning, that kind of stuff. I have no burning thighs. I have no discomfort, really. Backpack's only 25 pounds, pretty light, because I don't have a lot of water. Don't I look ridiculous? This is the only place I could put this shirt easily. Oh, and isn't this great? I really like my new water setup here. I used I just had a little stuff bag and I just wrapped it around my my day pack strap, and it worked great. And I found this even better thing here. I don't know if you can see this. I looped it in here so it's attached at the top and at the midpoint. It doesn't sway at all. It doesn't get in my way. You'd think it would. Only when I'm looking way down to the side and I'm pulling my arm over this way. I really am just babbling now, so I don't have to walk. Let's walk. The sooner I get there, the sooner I can kick back. Actually, the sooner I get there, the sooner I have lots of work to do. But then, after I do that, I can kick back. Until tomorrow morning. Yay. I'm having a good time. Okay, I'm really going now. We just burst out of the forest and into, well, alpine. We're just about at the tree line. Gonna be above it soon, and there is our target. Big old Pyramid Peak, looming large. Looming really large. Wow. How big it was last time? Oops, that's because I'm totally overdoing it here. I went into digital zoom. I'm terribly sorry about that. It won't happen again. But isn't this lovely? I'm gonna hike a little bit. And I'll try to keep focus here. But it's hard because I just got a mosquito biting me, and I'm on a rocky trail, and I can't really keep an eye on what I'm filming. I'll do it for a minute here. Well, as the youngsters say, shit just got real. Come around this bend and all of a sudden we're at the creek crossing and there's snow all over the place. See a bunch of snow up here. That's not inconsequential, and there's snow up there. There's snow through those trees over there. There's snow over there. And what the hell? There is some very busy bird working here. Look at this. And then look at this. I thought someone was stripping the bark. It's just a bird. Okay, now the real shit I was talking about. See those big rocks just under the water? I'm supposed to walk across those. This is not going to be an easy creek crossing. It might be a wet crossing. I'm going to walk up and down and see what I see. And I better get to it. Yay! My last landmark. I'm almost there. Maybe still ahead of schedule, but I've been going real slow the last little bit. But I'm feeling good, so that's good. Okay, let's get across this thing. And there is the Lyon Lake Junction. About time. I'm still winded. Well, gotta be close now. Less than half a mile. Off I go. Well, I got most of my wind back. And I'm hiking over basically flat ground now. There's a lot of snow, there's a lot of shade. I'm feeling really good. So I thought I would do a little bit of hiking video. The trail really disappeared, or got really thin after the second creek crossing. Second creek crossing was no big deal. Walk straight across. And now it's just gravy here. I'm walking to the lake. I looked at the map after the first creek crossing. That was at 97.60. And the lake is only about 100 feet higher than that. So I am righteous in saying I'm almost there. And I can go ahead and expend all the rest of my energy. I really don't have that much farther to go or that much effort to exert. Really famous last words, huh? Most backpackers wouldn't utter such a thing. Getting a little winded. Well, hell, I am at 8,000 feet. And I do live at 100 feet. I'm over 50 years old. And at least 20 pounds overweight. I'm up here. I should be thankful for that. And I am. I'm going to be more thankful after I get this pack off of me. Get my camp all set up. Oh, isn't this pretty? Very mossy. Snow just melted here. It's gonna get real green real soon. And real mosquito-y. I've seen a couple of skeeters, but not many. And for the first time, the trail has disappeared under the snow. I see the summit of a terminal moraine. Gotta climb that, and then we're there. What do you think? That's absolutely beautiful. Cute little lake. That's Pyramid Peak there. There's nice flat campgrounds all over the place here, but they're all pretty wet, and I'm gonna have to look around a little bit. Just scared a merganser. Floated away. Look at this. I don't see any tents, I don't hear any people. I hear some tree frogs. I'm gonna find my camp spot. Well, this is home sweet home. It's not exactly legal here. I'm too close to running water. But since there is water running everywhere here, and most of the other flat ground is closed for restoration because this is one wiped out camping area. It's close in and people just really do not respect it. Running out of battery juice, I gotta go. As I was saying, this area has been really overused and not managed well. There's one site, the trail ends right at the lake, and right there's a big campsite, lots of flat ground, and somebody came up here, spent the night, and then left all their equipment and just walked out of here. There's a mattress, a real mattress. It's bigger than a single, it's a double. It's very thin, it's only like 3 inches thick, but it's a full-size mattress. I mean, it did not come up in a backpack. It came up on a horse or a mule or something. And anyway, they left a pillow, the mattress, some cooking gear, and an entire tent. An American camper tent. So you can guess what happened there. Cheapo tent fell apart. They ran out of here in a huff. The good part about this campsite is, well, you see this little area here? Right there is no water. But everywhere else, see right there, this creek? The creek goes around that tree, a little creek bed, right over there. This is very close, by the way. This is 30 feet. And the creek runs over there, and then over beyond that snow back there, there is another creek that comes down here, comes around behind those dead trees, and you can see it right over there. It's more significant, it's raging very nicely. So I've got 360-degree creek sound to put me to sleep. I'm pretty darn excited about this. But before I do that, I've got a lot of work to do. So I better get on it. Yeah, I got some neighbors. Very cool. Oh, by the way, this is the lake. Need a wider angle. But turning around, looking this way, you see my little domain. Gotta cross this little creek. Carefully. And here's how camp is setting up. Got my water done, and I got my tent up. But I need to do more. Let's take a good close look at my tent here, because it really set up perfectly this time. And for once I'll be able to, it's so nice out here, I'll be able to leave it wide open. I love this thing. It's a half of a tent. It's like you took a tent, cut it in half. Isn't that cool? And in the morning, I'll be looking at the lake and the mountains and the trees. Very nice. Yes, it's that time of night. The alpine glow is climbing Pyramid Peak. Sorry for the shaking here. So finally sit down to relax. It's after 8 o'clock. Can't believe how long it took to get everything done. It only took so long because I had that much time to do it. I've been screwing around up here for 2 hours. Crazy. But I got all the major stuff done, and I've got my miso soup here. And let me tell you, this is a new staple of mine. And it is, you always get dehydrated. You always use up salt. You always need more food. This gives you all of that all at once. It's nice. It's a beautiful evening up here. I'm gonna have to start cooking dinner pretty soon. But it's having a great time. What a beautiful time. Getting dark. The last alpine glow is almost gone. Be gone in 5 minutes. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my soup here, and I'll be cooking dinner soon. It'll be dark soon. Wow. Well, I let my Mountain House beef stew for 25 minutes in the bag. That wasn't enough. I put a little bit more than 16 ounces of water in. It required 14 ounces. So that recipe usually works for this stuff. Just giving it a few more minutes. Thought I'd kill some time here. There's one of my candle lanterns. I guess you can't really see it very well. It's a water bottle, a liter water bottle. Cut the bottom third off of it, and just cut a hole in the bottom. And I put the foil stuff from the miso soup veggies as a reflector, and it works well. And since you can't look at me, you need something to focus on. Well, this is a first for me. I'm using an alcohol stove to try to heat up some water for some tea. It's difficult. You don't just flip a switch and off you go. It's much more involved. But we'll see what happens here. Very nice evening still. No wind whatsoever. Creeks are very loud. It all appears to be well. And this looks like it's boiling already. It's doing something. Better get to it. Well, it's around 11 o'clock. It's been an amazing evening. The winds are so still. And no skeeters at all. Not one. Just amazing. Everything is wet. It's very warm today, but no skeeters. I'm thrilled. Creek noise is quite loud. I'm loving it. Gonna sleep really well. So I guess I'm gonna start thinking about heading towards the tent. It's very late. I'm up way too late. But I had to come down to the lake to take a look. It's very pretty. Listen to all the frogs chirping, and of course, an airplane flies overhead. Bad omen. There, how's that? That's gonna have to do. Comfy in my tent. Late, really late. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. So very relaxing being on my back, or lying down, I should say. It's quite warm. It is 45 degrees inside the tent. It was about 42 out there earlier. And that's up from about 41 at sunset. So it's not going to be a cold night at all. It's so pleasant. There is no wind to speak of whatsoever. The roar that you hear is still the creeks. That's about it, I suppose. Back is really stiff. Very, very stiff. Took a big Motrin and it's still really stiff. So hopefully I can get some sleep and it'll be better in the morning. Don't have much else to report except for I've had a great day. I'm very tired. And I guess I'm going to shut down. So see you in the morning. It's morning, and it's beautiful. An absolutely gorgeous morning.
got Pyramid Peak directly to the east of me, so the sun didn't come on the tent until around 8 o'clock or so. So that was nice. I slept in as long as I could. I wish I could sleep longer. I need more sleep. Might take a nap later, I don't know. But I'm just sitting here having a cup of coffee, enjoying this incredible morning. No wind again, no mosquitoes still. I can't believe it. I mean, there's just water everywhere here. And there's these fruit fly things that look like giant mosquitoes, but they're not threatening. A perfect day. A perfect one-nighter. Couldn't have asked for more. And I'm not going to be in a hurry to get out of here. We've got plenty of food to get me through lunch if I need to. And I think I will. I'm not in a hurry. Hell, if I get out of here too early, I'll hit rush hour traffic on the way home. Don't want that. Well, I've been a lazy bum today. I have not done much of anything. I took care of some personal business. I did filter the water that I collected yesterday and put into my water containers. I've got my food cooked up, and I learned last night that if you want this stuff to really, really be ready, let it sit for 25 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm just enjoying a cup of tea here. That's enough for now. First ground squirrel I've even seen in camp here. There haven't been any nuisance critters, but I'm gonna have to get rid of this guy. I never could manage to get the plastic taste out of my, what's this thing called? My platypus gravity filter. I'd clean it, and usually it would be okay for a little bit, and then it wouldn't be. Drove me crazy. Last time I cleaned it up really good, and it tasted like crap. And I figured it out. It's the damn tube from below the filter that goes to the other reservoir. I took off the other reservoir and put it straight into bottles. Still tasted like crap. Although it didn't get worse over time like it did when the water stayed in the reservoir. This morning I filtered the stuff straight into the bottle without going through the tube, and tastes delicious. It's slower, and I can't back flush it, so I can't really go out without the rest of the stuff. But this is how I'm filtering it from now on. The spiders sure were busy last night. There's little spider webs everywhere this morning. How do they do it? Whoops. Well, it's around 11 o'clock, and I still don't feel like packing up and getting out of here. About quarter after 11, probably by now. I figure if I want to be home by 8, I should leave here by 6. I should start driving at 6. I should be packed and on the trail by 3. Gives me some time to relax a little bit at the car before I drive. That gives me over 3 hours of hanging out here. Don't know if I'm up for that. I could get bored. And my back keeps getting stiff if I'm not moving. I have to walk. If I'm walking, it's okay. If I'm sitting, standing, or anything else, it gets really stiff. So I may just have to go just to keep my back from hurting. They kept me up last night. It was not very comfortable. I mean, the pad and everything was quite comfortable, but my back was hurting all night. But right now, very relaxing. It is just beautiful. My 2 neighbors, I think, are climbing Pyramid Peak, so they're not around. I haven't seen any day hikers yet. And I noticed that there was reservations for 6 people in this area to spend the night tonight. So they could be arriving fairly soon. If they're coming here, they could go to Lyons Lake too as well. It's be a nice, easy hike out of here. All I have to worry about is the creek crossing, which was very difficult. So, but I've learned a thing or two since then. That's good. All right, that's enough for now.
Mr. Marmot is watching me, but I see him. I've never known marmots to nest in trees. This is no ordinary tree. This is a monster. It looks like Armageddon. There's one big old growth tree. Or several big old growth trees. Sneaky little marmot. Sneaky little bugger. Look at this guy cornered. Poor fellow. That's why you don't see marmots in trees. This guy's treed. He's kind of freaked out. I'll leave him alone in a moment. I'm not too bright. It's okay, buddy. See you later. Another marmot. One last video from the lake here. I came down to the lake to just sit in my chair for a while since my camp was off of the lake. It's a very pretty lake. It really is. Unfortunately, the western shore and southern shore, whereas very camping friendly, although it's illegal since it's right on the water, has been absolutely wiped out by way too much camping over the years. Way too much. And it's closed for restoration, as it should be. It doesn't leave much else. There's still some more space. Sonic booms. Scary. But the place where I stayed was really nice and would be completely legal. I just saw good sized fish down here. And by the way, on the creek crossing, where the trail crosses the creek on the map, if you go to the right as you are going uphill, as you're going up the trail, if you go to the right, there's an elbow turn in the creek where there is a significant pool, and I saw a dozen fish just hanging out there. So if you're into fishing, it's a good place, at least while the water is still high. And it should probably stay this way for another month or so, I would think. Okay, go back to the backpack, put the last details in, and hike on out of here. Very well, lovely lake. Sylvia Lake. It's got the some of the best surrounding mountainous stuff up here, right up there with Clyde Lake and Highland Lake. Fantastic. My battery's almost out of juice, so I didn't do any filming on the way down. It's pretty much the same as it was on the way up. It started out in intense bright daylight, but now it's mellowed to lightly cloudy. Just a slight breeze. It's humid, so I'm still kind of hot. But pretty easy hiking, obviously. It's just that I'm tired. Didn't get much sleep last night. Didn't get much sleep the night before. I'm just sleepy. I could just sit down on a rock and go to sleep. But I kept on charging ahead. Did a good pace. I'll be close to 3 miles an hour for the whole thing. Body's a little wobbly. I expect that happens when I don't get enough sleep and I overexert myself. The left knee is showing some signs of inflammation, just a little bit. Nothing major. It'll handle this trail no problem. Enjoying a real lazy morning. I don't know if you can see behind me, my tent is not even packed up yet. Or that didn't work out, did it?